Hi, everyone. Go. Let's get this party started. Oh, thank you for everybody joining me. I just got on to back here on my live. Did a little live this morning on Instagram because when I go for my walk, I used my selfie stick this morning, and we as we're going for a walk, of course, the train comes. It wasn't as long as what we anticipated, but yeah. Anyways, so if you are watching that Instagram once, just fast forward over it. It's all good. I just love the train. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. There's something about the train, the rambling, and I sort of walk up quite not really close, but I know my husband thinks it's a little bit too close and he gets sort of, Mary, back off. And I'm just like, oh, and I've done that since I was little. They had to hold my hand when we went by trains and stuff because I just wanted to be by the train. I just fascinated by trains. But not to be a train collector or anything, just to see the trains go by. Wherever we are, I can always like we'll be sitting around. I'm like, oh, the train's going by. And everybody will look at me and they're like, what? I said, can't you hear it? And then everybody's quiet and they're like, oh, like barely. And here I could just I can hear, as if it's just going by my house. So really crazy. Anyways, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Mary Jane Tracy. I'm a psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and an astrologer coming to you with the 411 of the shenanigans of the planets. And I guess, Mercury retrograde, I get it. Yes, Mercury does things with communication. And I understand all of that. I get it. I know some people are like, what do you mean Mercury's not going to be bad? And so they're expecting this magic wand, but there's never a magic wand when it comes to the planets. Uh, really? Well, maybe Jupiter, maybe sometimes. But this Mercury retrograde is bringing in. I mean, it's bringing us into a place where we need to build something concrete because it is in Capricorn. It's in a cardinal sign. It wants us to go forward. What the other piece to the astrology right now is the sun is coming up and squaring Neptune. And the sun square Neptune, I think, is really it's the higher part of our spirituality, that attainment that we get maybe a blimp of once in a lifetime kind of thing. And there are people who can hold that vibration. But that sun squared Neptune, I think that's where people can really get lost because of expectations of where they are expecting to be or what they are expecting to have, right? They are expecting that epiphany to happen all the time and to have that glorification all the time, that spiritual self. But Neptune will, I mean, as beautiful and as wondrous as, being in Pisces is, there's also the part that can fool you This like can fool you. It's the 12th house. It's a karmic house. There's so much that comes into that is hidden, that is secrets. And here we have with the Sun Sag, squaring it, wanting us to really look at how we are wanting to attain it. And that's where Mercury comes in, the god of communication, being in Capricorn, having us really look at the fundamentals of what it is that we are wanting to change. Things come with change. You make it. There's a multi-layered and multi-layered of energy of like that's there. It's and I don't I still see like the music notes. It's like there's this multi-layered coming in, and it's where we also have to look at, sometimes we have to be uncomfortable to get comfortable, where there's an uncomfortableness with this in order for us to come into that comfort, in order for us to see that what we need to see. I mean, we have the nodes are in cardinal signs. So there is this movement to take an initiative to go forward. It is, and it's very karmic too. So with those nodes bring in a very karmic past life energy, because when I look at a chart, the south node can look at where you've come from, what you've learned in the past life, to what you are wanting to learn in this life when you look at the nodes in someone's chart. So here we are learning how to take the initiative, the north node. The south node is in the relationship house, the justice house. So you don't want to get really all hung up on old types of relationships, or this is the way it needs to be, and this is the way we need to obtain our relationship, or to keep the relationship, because of course Venus being in Scorpio can make it a little bit mucky, and can make it so it's like where we and she's a little bit out of bounds, and nothing is really aspecting her today. So it can be feeling a little odd or a little off, or you're not making that true connection, and feeling like like I'm trying to think of the group, a grunge group, or the goth, feeling very goth. This is Venus goth, right? Like, oh, nobody loves me. Oh, nobody cares about me. I am goth. I feel everything, you know. Uh and I want to dress in black and have black, everything black. That's where Venus is. So you might be feeling like, oh, it's not working for me. I can't go anywhere. And you get very wallowing into that. And the South Node can really, also sort of push those buttons, as well as, as we move upwards. We want to take, we want to move, we want to create, and come into this new initiation, come into this. It's like almost like pushing you through the vibrance of the water to allow yourself to feel the emotions. And as you are feeling them, to allow yourself to release them as quickly as they come in. So you're not just sort of wallowing. This is taking a new direction. A direction it would, it's there, it's full blown. And it's a mutation, because we have mutable energy. Pisces is mutable, Sagittarius is mutable. So this is bringing in that mutation, that mutability, so that we can adapt, and we can move, and we can create, and we can allow for new forms and new ideas and energies to come in. But in order for us to do that, we have to be able to have the implementation that we need to do it. We need to start looking at the new plan. We need to look at the newness that we are wanting to create. And if you're not wanting to look at that newness, if you're not wanting to look at that, then you're going to find yourself feeling stuck, feeling blah, feeling like a goth, you know. And no offense to anybody who was out there who's a little goth and stuff like that. I mean, I had really good friends who were goth, but you could get into that like oh kind of thing. So this is where we coming into that powerful, this is also coming to a year of completion, that we complete. So to complete this year powerfully and peacefully, this is where this initiation is coming in. And of course I want to help to support you with this all, and within this beautiful cyclical cycle that is happening. And this is where I feel like we need to really take these power pauses and really come into a time of reflection. This is coming into a year of reflection. This is coming into a year where we need to learn how to do the flow, learn how to um, become our own visionary. And this year end, like I'm having a year end release on January 6th. This year end release is teaching us how we can downshift, create space, and inspired. And I feel, right in alignment with Mercury, and we will be gathering after Mercury goes forward. So information will be there that we have obtained over the last, 3 weeks. So we are able to step into it and honoring the progress and the impact that we've made this year. And this is really wanting us to really look deeply into this newness, into this time where we really need to reflect and look at how we can create space for ourselves for this year. This is where we need to look at how we can bring forth the newness and bring forth the energies that really need to be looked at within our life and go forward with it. Um, it is going to, what I'm thinking is, it's the more we step into this newness of energies, the more we are able to create such a vibrant um, world for ourselves, especially as we go forward. So, I can say like, hang on, baby. We're in for some fabulous we're in for a fabulous ride. I feel like we're in for a time where we are able to take some time to pause and reflect on how and what we have done and what we have become this year, and to feel and to see it. Um, this is a very beautiful, I think it's just like a very beautiful time, especially with this Mercury retrograde. This is a time, take some time to journal, take some time to really, the messages. My dream last night, I mean, because well, Neptune too, with that square to the sun, dreams really wild, but there was a message in there for me, and having to, this morning look up what that message meant, and it was like, wow, it's exactly what I needed to hear, as I'm continuing on my journey with this, with the Guru Mama, and developing more with the Guru Mama, because I have to say it's not an easy journey sometimes, and I do get very frustrated. I get very frustrated when, when I get blocked. So if I get blocked, meaning that my streams don't get out there, people don't see what I'm posting, I have to really take a step back and say, okay, what's going on here besides my mouth? Um, but I have to really do a blessing. I really have to do a blessing, because I know when I'm getting blocked that there is energy, that there's baddies that out, the devil, you can call it the devil, negative energies that doesn't want my stuff heard, because I am too loud, I'm too bold, I'm too boisterous. I'm not, you know, say soft fluffy cat. I can come out very overwhelming to people. And sometimes when doing the work I do, those that be, or those, the will try and stop and try and divert, so people don't find who I am. And I know some people are saying, oh, well, that's just crazy, Mary. It's just, it's the algorithm, it's this and it's that. And I'm like, yeah, that might has, but there's another manipulation that is there as well. That when you are really speaking a lot of truth and you're wanting people to step into their truth, that you're wanting to empower people, you're wanting, each individual person to stand up with their uniqueness and their light and be their creative, wondrous, beautiful, scrumptious, luscious being that they are, you get roadblocks. You get roadblocks because the baddies don't want you to do that. They don't want others to be that way. They don't want you to be luscious. They don't want you to be vibrant. They don't want you to stand up. So for me, it's a constant. It's a constant of looking at my own vibrations, looking at how I'm doing it, because I'm certainly not perfect. And sometimes I just feel like shit, like in doing what I'm doing, meaning that I my blogs in that aren't getting out, or people aren't showing up. I mean, when one person shows up, I'm just ecstatic right now. I mean, right now, nobody's showing up on my Instagram. It's like, okay. But it told me like there's like a bunch of my viewers that are on there, but are they not getting it? Are they not, and you can start blaming, oh, it's Mercury retrograde, oh, it's this. And I'm like, nah, this happens quite often. So it's not just Mercury retrograde. This is something else. So I really, if you have that on, my stuff will get blocked. Okay. So no, anything, if there's a background noise of something else, like music or somebody else on another show, they will take my stuff down. Just saying. So this is looking at, the direction that I need to look at. And I think that's for all of us, in the direction that we need to go into. And this is full on, full blown. And it's going to take a lot of our inner peace, our blissfulness, our joy, our oneness. This is going to take a lot of positive motion in going forward. And as we are doing it, we also have to really watch our own energies, and keeping our energies clean and clear, and motivated and going forward, because also with that square with Neptune can really be taxing on the brain and on the mind, with the stress and the anxieties and depression and the season. And it can come to a culmination of crazy. So it's up to us to really allow ourselves to step into our light. And if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling down, and I mean, I've had sales on for you to come in, because I am a spiritual guide. I am, I can help to counsel, I can help to guide you and bring forth ideas. If you need to bounce off ideas and stuff like that, definitely book in. Right now, my 1 hour readings are $100, and they're regular $180. So trying to give people as much advantage of utilizing what I do, and sustaining my business and sustaining where I'm going. So there you go. So today, if you're wanting to do the January meditations, they're $20. My readings are $100. If you're wanting a full 2024 reading, personal reading, they're $130. If you're wanting to join my Emerge, the Emerge workshop that's coming up, which is on January 6th, it might have to go into 4 parts, because I got so much information there, but we'll see. Anyways, right now that is $30. Or right now it's $50, right? $30 for the pecans. So yeah, so there's a lot there that I'm wanting to offer and help and guide. There's handouts, and when I do my workshops, there's workbooks and stuff that you get. Yeah. So hopefully you can join me on a journey through 2024, because it's going to be a ride of a lifetime. Really is. And I think there's some real great, beautiful nuggets that are going to be coming up in 2024 for us to really grab a hold of and work with. So on that note, I'm going to pull a card, and then I got a reading, so I have to have to be organized. So the death card. Yes, it's a death card. Don't be afraid. But the death card means that situations are ending. Situations have to end because if you're initiating something new, something has to leave. And when it's a death card from a major arcana card, that means it is big. It is something that is substantial that you've been hanging on to for a long time and it has to leave. So death comes in and it's saying, bye-bye. It's gone, right? And with that death card, then there's the celebration. In comes, the Three of Cups, which is harmony, connection, community, bringing that harmony, connection, and community in and around you because you have to fill that void. So you're going to fill it with people that you want to be with. You're going to fill it with community. You're going to fill it with family. You're going to fill it with something that is substantial, that is meaningful for you. And with that, the Justice card comes reversed. So it's, you're going to celebrate. There's still going to be feeling that kind of void that, what's this all about? Why am I feeling this way? And when the Justice card is reversed, it is really, it can be a bitch because this is where that you're losing touch and with larger issues and that may be affecting your life. So you got to look at maybe the other part with the celebration card is that you're celebrating way too much. Death is coming in that you've just gone crazy with celebrating. You've gone crazy with it all because this is showing me that, maybe that you're wanting the opportunity for growth, but yet you are feeling a lack. So you have to look beyond the stress and you have to look beyond the challenges in the situation in order to find the light. So that means there has to be motivation. There has to be work that you have to do. Two major cards come in. The filler is that you might want to go out and celebrate and just ignore it all and not want to do it, but it's going to come back and slap you in the face in some way because you have to do the work in order for the change, because it's going to come in and it's going to be abrupt. If you're not willing to do it, if you're not willing to say, hey, I need to change my diet, I need to change my relationships, I need to change the way I do my workshops, I need to change the way I do things in my life, then death is going to come in and make you change it. And you might want, and then you're going to try and avoid it by, let me go out and celebrate and let me go out here and let me go out there, which, it's a good thing, but then it could be a very bad thing because that when you're going out there and you're trying to avoid it, that's when justice comes in, and justice reverse is saying that it's affecting your life and you're not looking at the larger issues. You're avoiding. So the avoidance is there. And with the avoidance there, huge avoidance. Don't avoid, because you know what? God will come in and slap you in the face and say, what the fuck? What the fuck you doing? Right? So know that your angels and guides are always there to help you and guide you. Embrace them. Know that they're there for you. All you have to do is ask. All right. So have a blessed one, everyone. And if you're wanting to book a reading, get a hold of me at theguburumama@gmail.com and talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great